Welcome everyone to episode 65 of Around the Book podcast. This week we have NFL Week 14, and in college football, the regular season is over. We have moved on to conference championships. I guess Army Navy, is that still a regular season game?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's the following week.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, it's just weird that we're like
Yeah.
everyone else is done besides them. But
Loki
so we'll
kind of
go.
owes Army a little bit.
Yeah, because Army
Yeah,
is this week still, but then has to wait to finish
Yeah.
technically their regular season until 13th,
Yeah.
14th, I think.
And like if Army would have had that win over Navy, plus they beat two. If had Tulane not lost, that win over Tulane would have looked a little bit better. You could have made the case that they could get in over like a UNLV or a Clemson
Yeah,
at like
maybe.
12-1
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but we'll never know.
We'll never
Nope.
know.
because they didn't
Um,
play Navy.
Dang.
All right. So who's got any gripes from last week? Any praises? I know I just
It was a
like
bad week.
yeah. College football was bad.
I think I
Georgia
went a
Tech.
combined 3-9. I'm pretty sure.
I went 6-6, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I
3
went
and 3
three.
for both sides. So
I made 12 units this weekend.
heck yeah, Dalton. Somebody's
Yeah,
got to make some
I
money.
have zero gripes. I hit both my parlays. I didn't miss a single NFL pick. I hit that Thanksgiving parlay for NFL. I hit all 3 games, and then I finally hit a college parlay. Shout out Duke for the
Yeah.
sneakiest cover I've seen in a while. Tied. I was rooting for overtime at that point. I don't know if nobody watched this game because there was so much other chaos happening, but they were tied with Wake Forest and driving down the field at the end of the game thinking they were 8 seconds left, one pass gets them in field goal range, they're kicking the field goal, game over. Instead,
Yeah.
Malik Murphy runs around, drops a dime down the field for a touchdown as time expires for them to win by 6 for absolutely no reason. If you bet Wake Forest +4, I'm sorry, because that's a horrible beat.
Yeah, incredible stuff by
Yeah.
Duke. I do have to shout out Syracuse for getting me my upset pick.
Yeah.
There you
For
go.
sure. Got it. I did not jinx Kyle McCord this time. He did not have like 12 turnover worthy plays in one game,
Yeah.
like he did with Pitt. So shout him out. Also shout out, I guess, Ohio State for taking the fat L, and now I get to cover a Big Ten championship. First year covering Penn State. So appreciate that, Ohio State. Ryan Day can find his way home, I guess, or I guess he doesn't have to. They were already at home. That's worse.
No, he's
Um,
still on the field with his mouth
yeah.
just on
A
the
Gabe,
floor,
yeah.
not knowing what's going on.
Jack Sor's still yelling at whoever
Yeah.
that was.
It's probably some like player, like some grade assistant or teacher's assistant, whatever the hell it is. Like,
They're not playing the flag.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff.
let's not get into it.
Unbelievable stuff in this. Yeah. Sorry, Casey.
No, because I'll go off for 2 hours.
Low key forgot that you were an Ohio State fan
It's
for
okay.
a minute there. So
Casey, you
my
have
bad.
to hear me and Dalton complain about the Raiders every episode. So
That's true.
No,
if
it's
you
all
go
good.
off, it's okay.
It's just,
Here
yeah,
for
I
it.
just can't because I'm just going to spew what everyone else is saying. And nothing's going to happen, so what's the point?
Oh, also have to shout out easiest thing of all time picking Minnesota +1.5 to beat my team was never in doubt. Was always going to happen. So appreciate that. Thanks
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I
I
want to
like
give
the
a
Kyle
good
McCord shout out.
fuck you to Georgia Tech. Fuck
Yeah,
you to
Dude,
Kansas.
Georgia Tech, man.
Brutal.
Yeah, Kansas made me sad too. Just
Kansas
wasn't-
didn't even give it a game, dude.
No.
They got
No.
blown out.
never close.
They had the craziest 3-game stretch of any like non-bowl eligible team
legitimately
like possible.
Yeah, it's insane.
Just trash.
For as
Insane
many
Trash.
for as many great upsets there were this weekend, there were a lot of teaser upsets.
Yeah,
Like I had that
Yeah.
Vanderbilt money line, which looked
I had the Vanderbilt
fantastic for
+7.
5 minutes, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it was just gone.
I will say, I'm sorry, Georgia Tech. I might have jinxed it because in our group chat, while the game
We
was
were
going,
we were living it up. We're
dude,
like, hell
we
yeah.
were like, hell yeah, dude! I just hit something for +650. I needed this. Like Georgia Tech has always been there for me. And then Georgia was like, hold on,
Listen,
here I am.
ESPN made a phone call, and then that was it. That was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Well, let's just
So.
get into our college picks, I guess. Let's just do it. Fuck it. So, like I said, it's college. It's the conference championships. this week. So there's not too many games to pick from, so we might have some overlap here, but that's okay. But we'll start off with our locks. All right. So my lock, I'm going Arizona State -2 against Iowa State. Arizona State looks like they're just playing with their hair on fire right now, and it's fun to watch them play. And Iowa State, they kind of like they were starting off really great, then they took a downturn, then they kind of turned it around. But I think Arizona State's just trying to fight to get into the playoffs, and I'd love to see them in the playoffs.
I like it.
Yeah, I have that in my parlay for later. The Arizona State fighting Cam Scatterbones might as well be what we call them at this point. But
Yeah,
good for them. Yeah, it's been fun watching the team like that kind of pop up out of nowhere.
yeah,
My lock, and it just feels like I know this will be the second time they play each other, so you never know. But my Quinn Ewers agenda continues, and I'm taking Georgia money line. They're just
That's your lock?
I legitimately think the Texas simply can't hang, and it sucks because Georgia's not good either. But something about that matchup, I just feel like Ewers is gonna shit his pants again. I really do. Like I just don't see it happening, and I don't necessarily want that to happen. By the way, just throwing that out there, but I don't trust Texas to beat them. I simply don't.
Well, my lock is Texas -2.
There we go. All right, boom. Let's see who's right on that one. Dog.
I just think it's so hard to beat a team twice.
I agree.
Especially
That's the
where
part
the
of it,
SEC
too.
Yeah.
is. And I just also think like since that matchup, Texas has kind of settled down. I think a little bit. I know Ewers is still not great, but like the rest of that team is still looking like a championship caliber team.
Mhm.
Whereas Georgia just continues to be shaky.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Beck especially, like as bad as Ewers has looked, Beck is like Ewers looks limited, whereas Beck is a liability at times.
He just doesn't watch enough football.
Yeah, he doesn't watch enough football.
He's just he's rough.
That was a fun soundbite.
And like I don't know, like at this point in the year, I wouldn't see Texas playing Georgia Tech as close as Georgia did. I just think that Georgia has not grown the way Texas has. So that's why I like Texas to win this one comfortably.
Fair enough. This is mostly my anti-Quinn Ewers agenda.
Yeah.
Carson Beck, I don't have enough feelings towards in any way to care, so he doesn't get the same treatment. Otherwise, maybe I would be picking Texas, but no.
He's just so irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, I just am like, I could care less. I didn't know what he looked like until yesterday, frankly. I didn't know what the
I
man looked
did
like.
not expect him to look like that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was like, oh, is that what you look like? All right. I'm not the one
Yeah.
to judge anything, but, whatever.
Way skinnier than I expected.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
his face. Yikes.
Looks like he's been not eating much recently. Let me put it that
No.
way. It looks like he's the opposite of stress eating. I don't know. Something's going on.
All right. My lock this week is also Arizona State -2.
All right. So we have agreement on
you're
one
gonna-
side and fighting on the other side.
Yeah, we got a truce over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to see Cam Scatterbo do well because he used to go to my school before
Oh,
he transferred.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's just a beast. If it wasn't for June this year, I think he'd be clear the best running back in the country. And I just think they're a better team at this point than Iowa State. I mean, they're on a long winning streak. But yeah, I think they're gonna cover a 2-point spread pretty easily.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree
I don't know
with
how to feel
everything.
about their coach. Like, it's working. Whatever he's doing is working. He's clearly
Yeah.
doing a good job. He's just cringy.
There's an
Really?
energy
You just let it
about-
go.
Yeah, there's an energy about him that makes me wonder what the deal is there. Like, what are those meetings like? You know what I mean?
I don't. That's just his secret.
Does he go in like the players are like, all right, we gotta listen to coach here for a little bit, guys, and then they're motivated to like get out of the meeting room and like go practice, and that's why, maybe
Yeah.
that's what it is. I don't know, but something's working. So
All right. So let's get on to our favorites. My favorite, and this game is Friday, I believe. Yeah, it's Friday. UNLV, Boise State. I'm taking the over in that game, 57.5. Both teams can put up points at times, and both teams can lock down on defense at times. But I think this is just going to be a slugfest. As far as Genty slowing down the game with the amount of rushes they'll be doing, I still think Boise State is stupid in the way that they like to air it out at times when they have Genty in the backfield. So I think there can be some points in this game at 57.5. I think this will be a shootout game.
Yeah. Also, UNLV great against the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
we'll see how that plays out. Yeah. My favorite bet, as much as it pains me to say it, I don't think Penn State holds much of a candle to Oregon. I think they're going to lose that game, and I have Oregon -3.5. I think it'll be a fun game. I'm hoping, but I just feel like Oregon's got it right now, man. Like
Yeah.
we'll see once the playoffs start and like how that all plays out, but I think they should be the favorite, and they are for a reason. And I think that Penn State's going to struggle to move the ball offensively, especially.
Yeah, I like that. I had that in my parlay.
I'll talk more about that game later.
All right,
Yeah.
me and Dalton seem to not be on the same page.
No. But my favorite bet this week, I'm going to the Sun Belt Championship game. Give me Louisiana -5.5 at -110. I think this is going to be. I feel really good about this. I think while Marshall's not bad, the Raging Cajuns have kind of flown under the radar a little bit this year. But as far as like mid-major programs go, have been looking pretty solid, and I think they're probably seeing all the playoff talk right now, feeling pretty disrespected. I think this is going to be a statement win for them. I really think that. I think they're going to win in blowout fashion,
I like it.
and then play an SEC or ACC team
In a
some
bowl
weird
game,
bowl
yeah.
game that no one's going to watch.
Right? It's whatever. Insert random bowl here. Yeah.
South Carolina.
Yeah,
Maybe. Maybe.
in the Tax Slayer Bowl.
That's their bowl.
Yeah.
What's that bowl with the Pop Tart?
Oh, I forgot what it was.
It's just the
yeah.
I don't think it's called the Pop Tart bowl.
They like
It's
had like
something
a giant Pop Tart
And they,
going
like,
into a
were eating
toaster.
it.
At
Yeah,
the, yeah.
that. It's college football, man. Gotta love it.
You don't after last weekend.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
yeah.
All right. The bet I love this week is Boise State -4 against UNLV. They already beat UNLV this year. I'm pretty sure it was on the road. I think this is going to be a close game, but I think this is a game where Boise State's really just going to lean on GNC, and I think he's going to eat. I think this is a team that could make some noise in the college football playoff. Like, this is a really good Boise State team. I don't think they really blow UNLV out because UNLV is also really good, but I think a 4-point spread they can get.
Yeah. I mean, I think this would be a close game. I just think it's going to be a lot of scoring. But with how I've picked games this year, it's under. Go under on this one. All right. So let's get into our underdogs here. I agree with Shane here. I'm going the Georgia Bulldogs. I honestly would take them as my lock and my favorite in this game. This screams Georgia is back with how they weathered the storm in that Georgia Tech game. It came back, and even though Carson Beck is trash, Kirby Smart's still a good coach, and I think that he can get them ready against Texas. And he's already beat them in the past, so might as well do it again. Make sure you lock in that playoff spot. And
It would make me less mad about Georgia making the playoffs, admittedly,
Yeah.
if they won. So maybe
Yeah.
that's part of why I'm doing that. I don't really know. It's probably just I see red when I see Quinn Ewers for some reason. I don't know.
yeah,
I can't wait to watch him and give him an undraftable grade, even though I probably won't because I'm not going to
Yeah.
be that much of a dick. Anyway,
I didn't like it during the game, though, how the announcer was like, even with 3 losses, Georgia's automatic. Yeah, I hated hearing that.
well, I mean, Alabama seems to have pretty
Yeah.
good position, so I don't know if that's. I don't think they were probably right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. No, I get it though. Yeah. I got Army money line in their 2 game against Tulane. Mostly because I think it'd be funny.
That would be very funny.
Because Tulane, I really thought they were going to win last week, and when they didn't, I was like, that sucks for them. It sucks really bad. And I feel like you could look at it as like, okay, well, now they're going to be motivated to like still win the conference, but like I think they're going to be like really upset about a missed opportunity, and Army's going to be like, let's just do what we do, which is wear teams down with the run game and just get out of here with a win and take care of
Yeah.
business. So I got Army money line. Of these games, it's the one I felt would be a good. Like Georgia's technically also an upset, but I didn't really want to consider it that. So
Yeah.
I'm not really on the same page with you guys this week.
clearly not, which means one of us will hope one side of this will hopefully have a good week, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm like completely outnumbered, it doesn't usually go well for me. So I might be missing something. But
We'll see.
for my underdog this week, I'm taking Penn State money line at plus 142. I think Penn State matches up really well with Oregon. I think, especially just because of the fact that like Oregon really does rely on Gabriel throwing the ball, and I don't think he's going to have the kind of success against Penn State secondary. And I don't know if he's going to have the time to throw. I mean, Penn State's defense is just cooking right now.
They are. They are.
And like right now, yeah, it's just hard to see that defense really like getting lit up by Oregon, and I just don't know if Oregon's gonna be able to keep up, because I do think Penn State offensively is starting to figure some stuff out. I think they learned a lot of lessons in that Ohio State game, and they learned that they need to I think Franklin realized he needs to just go for it. And I think they're going to be a little more aggressive than they were against Ohio State. Hopefully. This is very optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, I will say part of my reasoning, other than the James Franklin big game problems that has plagued him, I do think that although we know how great Penn State's run defense is, especially, I do think Jordan James is one of those kind of running backs that could give them issues, I think. Yeah. So I think the run game may be more successful than it has been for other teams against them. So you might be able to get a little bit more balanced offensively for Oregon. And then also, Oregon's defense is playing really good football. And I think with Penn State's offense, the Tyler Warren button is always there. The running backs are starting to heat up again a little bit, especially Singleton. Yeah. But I do worry a little bit about the receivers outside of Warren winning often.
Yeah.
Because they just have not consistently done it this season for them.
But that's my wonder is, does Oregon have anybody that can contain Warren?
I think the linebackers are very good for them, especially Bossa, I think is his last name.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's going to shut Warren down, but I do think that there's at least a chance they could contain him better than a lot of teams have.
Yeah.
Again, so we'll see. I think I'm hoping just for a fun game, honestly.
It should be fun
because I didn't expect to see them in the title. So
and not a big game guy, but James Franklin is, I think, 1-0 in Big Ten title games.
He is. He's only been to one. He won it in 2016. So I think over my Wisconsin Badgers, I want to say, I think.
I believe so. At first I was thinking it was Northwestern, but no, it was Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah. So there we go.
All right. Before we get started,
Jake's got his.
We spent
we had some chats.
Yapping, so.
Anyway. We have some chats.
Yeah.
Took 8-0 against Texas by 10. We get
fair.
But they weathered the storm. They were getting stomped by Texas or by Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech isn't. They're better than what the record shows this year, I think.
But their biggest wins have gotten way less impressive throughout the year.
That's true.
I was going to say, we all thought they were way better.
Win or whatever it was. Counting is very funny. So.
Yeah. It's all right. All right, Jake, sorry about that.
Speaking of Georgia, that is my underdog this week. And it's admittedly kind of weak because I think it's only plus 124.
I was like, man.
But I really just I don't like a lot of underdogs on this slate. Georgia is the only one that's
going to beat this Texas team twice.
Yeah,
again, my reasonings are more spiteful than anything else, Dalton. So you probably want to talk to these guys.
Honestly, this is really just based off vibes for me. This just feels like a game to me that Georgia would win.
And I'm telling you, going to look like Texas is going to blow them out in the first half, and then Georgia's just going to hang around.
Yeah, I don't know. Texas could very well win this game, but this is the underdog I'm the most confident in, and it's a slate that I just don't really care for many underdogs.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. This just feels like a Georgia win. That might just be me, but it's the vibe
I
I
get it.
Let's hope Texas learn how to block them this time, and then they'll probably be fine.
Yeah. All right. Who's got parlays for college?
I got one.
Let's hear
So
it.
I got 3 picks. So I got UNLV +4 against Boise State. I think there's a real shot that UNLV wins this game. Actually, as crazy as that might be, I think that UNLV, they played Boise State tough last game. Boise State's really not looked super impressive lately.
Yeah.
I think if Boise State does win this game, it'll be a close field goal game. Speaking of close field goal games, I think if Oregon does beat Penn State, it'll be close, which is why I'm taking Penn State +3.5 in my parlay, because I do think it could be a field goal game. And then I'm also taking Tulane -4.5 against Army. Watching what Tulane did against Navy, I just think that they're gonna probably blow Army out.
Oh yeah, they're definitely better than I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight you on that. I just think it'd be funny if Army did.
Oh, I agree.
So there we go.
But yeah, those are my 3 picks, and I got those 3 together at +601.
Nice.
Pretty good. I have my. What Georgia will we see?
Yeah.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
see. We're gonna see the one from 2022 where Ohio State was whooping their ass all game, but they kept around, won the game, and then it was TCU, but they just destroyed a team from Texas in the championship. So,
Fair enough.
so that's what we're gonna see.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Should be fun. But I have the picks already mentioned, obviously, and then I have also Arizona State -2.5. I'm with I think Casey, and then who else? Who else grabbed that one? I
Jake
think
took it
Jake,
as well.
Yeah.
So I'm with you guys on that one. It's just Iowa State's one of those teams where I'm like, honestly, if you would have told me that they stopped playing college football, I would have not said anything, because I kind of forgot about them this year for some reason. They just weren't on my radar all year until I'm like, oh wait, they're ranked number whatever, and I'm like, what did I miss? And then immediately they lose the second I realized they're there. So maybe that's my fault. If I just didn't know they were playing, I probably would have they probably would have kept winning. But I have Boise State -3.5. I do think UNLV could win this game, and I do think it's going to be pretty close. But this to me feels just like Gentry's going to go out there and leave it all out there and try to convince no one, unfortunately, because I don't think it's going to matter, that he should be the Heisman winner, and he'll have kind of that signature game in the championship, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs. So, and then Miami of Ohio -1.5. I just need another game, frankly.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
Big Ben's alma mater getting the win. So there you go.
Shout out Big Ben.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, that was
I don't know
tough.
anymore
That
nowadays.
was tough. All right.
So,
Tina,
Yes.
do you bet Panthers?
Do you bet Panthers
Hold on.
wins?
I was
We're about to
this
get to the
close to
NFL.
putting the Panthers in my.
We're about to get to the
Mine.
NFL.
I almost
Hold
put the
on.
Panthers in my college football, but
so
Yeah.
real quick before we wrap up college, did nobody bet the ACC title game?
I chose to leave it alone.
Oh,
I
I
don't
did.
left
I
it
don't
alone
want to-
because
I
Did
did.
you have?
Yeah.
Did you have it in your parlay, Jake?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Jake
in my
did.
parlay.
Okay, gotcha.
Uh-oh. Here we
I
go.
I got Arizona State -2, Georgia money line. I also took Oregon -3.5.
Yeah.
Just because I haven't seen a reason to trust Penn State against elite teams.
Fair.
I don't think it's a blowout. Penn State
Yeah.
could very well win this game. I just haven't really.
Penn State
seen
doesn't really
beat a team.
they don't get blown out much in those games. They
Yeah,
just,
no, it'll
nothing
be-
happens. It feels like in any of those games, right?
A lot of times they outplay the team, and they still
Yeah,
lose.
they just figure it out. They find a way,
Yeah,
So
and then I got Boise State -4, and then I did take SMU -2 against Clemson.
Yeah, I have no idea how to bet that ACC game.
I'm just gonna say that I hope nobody wins. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't care. I guess I don't know who do I want to win.
I
that
think
game? I don't know.
Clemson winning is the way nobody wins, because Clemson has no business being in the playoff this year.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the issue. But also, how do we keep Alabama out? Is there a way to
Yeah.
do that? Can we get them out of there? Should we want Clemson to win in that case? I think, or do we want SMU
I
to
think
I think
Clemson
we
winning a
want
close one and
Clemson winning.
UNLV winning a close one. Maybe the committee decides to keep Boise State or SMU in.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, but it feels like I'm gonna have to watch Alabama play a college football playoff game, and I don't want to do that.
I feel like we're
Yeah.
probably gonna have
Like,
to.
I straight up don't want to do that, actually. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Also, where South Carolina should be in over them, frankly,
Yeah.
if you're gonna pick a team to be in from the SEC. I like
Yeah.
them better personally. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Did you see
Look,
their
what?
Twitter post today
What's up?
about like their reasons? They posted some on Twitter. It was like an essay about the reasons they should.
Well, now I don't want them to win. So,
They should ditch the committee altogether and
Yeah.
go keep the playoff format. Go back to the BCS. Let the
you
computer
said
do
about
it.
that. Yeah, you said about the.
Yeah.
Unironically, would be better.
Yeah.
Like, really,
It would be.
the only problem the BCS ever had was that it could only pick 2 teams.
Correct. But also you have to think about like they try to say like all the reasons why they pick teams now we would just know
Bullshit.
what the model's looking for. Yeah, we if you know what the model's looking for, you kind of know what you're getting, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not arbitrary. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I think it's almost inevitable for. I mean, we need Clemson to win. I think for Alabama to get out.
That's probably the path. Some version where they win and other stuff happens. So it's like, yeah. So I guess I'm rooting for. I don't want to root for Clemson, man.
Yeah,
Dabo, get out of
Dabo's
here.
this weekend.
Retire.
man, that sucks.
No. Anyway. All right.
Yeah. So, all right, Level Up. This is a great question because at the beginning of the season, I was saying that I had a future that I cashed out on and cashed out even on it. It was up for a second, but I did put a future on them to win the national championship. And because I thought that this was like they were like everyone just counted them out, and I was like, oh no, Dabo's going to be here.
They're
to
counting
stay.
out Dabo.
Yeah, they're counting out Dabo, but then they were right in counting out Dabo.
Mostly.
I think if they get in, they could have some fun, but I don't see them doing anything too crazy. They might win a game.
It depends on the matchup, but
Yeah,
They're probably going to Notre Dame or to Ohio State. I don't like Clemson in either of those games.
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right, so let's go ahead. Let's switch over to NFL Week 14.
Real quick, Casey, before we move on from college entirely.
Yes.
Who coaches Ohio State next season? Ethan Ryan still?
Yeah, I think it will be. I wouldn't mind seeing Mike Vrabel just because he's an alum. I wouldn't mind it, but I think it's also a panic pick, and it's just one of those things where it's going to be said every year now until we get a new coach, and then once that new coach doesn't do well, we're going to hear his name again. It's just one of those things. Would I
Fair
be
enough.
surprised if he came a coach? No, but I don't think he will.
I don't think he wants to deal with the college scene.
No, I don't think he will. Even though if Brian Hartline would stay, it would make his job a hell of a lot easier. If he were to coach college, it would be Ohio State if everyone except Brian Day left. Or if everyone
Stayed except for Ryan.
Ryan Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. But who knows? I think it'll be Ryan Day, unfortunately. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they need to take a page out of Ted Lasso and get a sports psychologist in there and talk to him about his issues with Michigan and Urban Meyer. Like, did Urban Meyer affect him so bad that he can't win against Michigan? I don't get it. I don't know what it is. But let's not get into it. NFL
All right.
Week 14. NFL Week 14. We're starting to see, who else clinched so far? Did the Lions clinch yet?
Had to have, right?
Yeah.
At least a playoff berth.
And then the Chiefs can clinch if they win tomorrow or win on Sunday. Sorry.
Bills already won the AFC East, so they're in.
Yeah, so they're in. So we're starting to see some teams clinch. The NFC is almost rounded out, except for the NFC West. Really, that's still kind of a crapshoot between
The NFC
those.
South also is a disaster.
Yes,
because
it is.
the Falcons have beaten the Bucks twice, but it may not matter if they continue to lose every damn game that they play.
True.
So they have to start winning a game at some point for it to matter. I think it'd be objectively funny if like a 9-8 Bucks team won the division because the Falcons couldn't get the 9 wins. That'd be pretty funny.
Are low-key not out of it either yet.
I see. I'm gonna pretend that they are until they aren't actually.
Yeah.
So,
But
because
Derek Carr is doing that thing where he just
I know
finds random
he's
people
doing
to
the
throw the ball
thing.
to.
He's doing the thing. Who was it this week? I don't even know. There's some name I saw. Feels like I haven't seen in a long time. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, now Taysom Hill's out too, so
Yeah.
Oh well, then they lost all their juice.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the most supposed to do on the team.
true. He does mask a lot of flaws on that
Which is
team.
insane, stupid.
Yeah. Which
Good
biggest
for him.
news of the weekend to me? Taysom Hill is 34.
Oh, yeah, right. You wouldn't think so. He was like 27 when he came in the league, or 26 or something like that.
That
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Hey,
I would have said
BYU,
like
man.
30. Like
You'd
Yeah.
think.
20, early 30s.
You'd think.
34?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I forget who it was. I think someone called him the white Derrick Henry the other day. Something like that. I forget who it was. But
He's
it was
older than
yeah,
Derrick Henry, I think.
he is. No,
Yeah.
but it was the running style. Like they run
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Stupid. What an incredible football player he is.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into our locks here. All right, so I hate to do this, Shane, but I'm taking the Browns plus 6.5. I think the Steelers win this game, but I'm taking the Browns plus 6.5 because I like just a classic AFC North matchup. And didn't they just play each other 2 weeks ago?
Thursday night, yeah.
Yeah, I'm mistaken. So I think the Steelers are wanting to get a win against them, especially after losing the way they did. Wasn't it a snow game? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just those games are a toss-up.
Masterclass.
Yeah, it was just one of those, like, I don't know. So I'm taking the Steelers to win, but I think the Browns can cover 6.5 in an AFC North matchup.
Well, my lock of the week is Steelers minus 6.5. The Steelers are not going to lose to the Browns twice in the same season, I don't think, especially this Browns team. And I think because of that Thursday game and how
Yeah.
I think they want to absolutely bury them into the earth. And I
Yeah.
think that they can at home do so. Jameis will put up some points because it's Jameis. He will also probably give us 14 points because it's
He'll
Jameis.
throw them the shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he probably even it out scoring wise. Like he'll score about as much as the defense does probably based on the way he's playing. So it's gonna be really fun to watch, admittedly. But I do think the Steelers win pretty comfortably just because they can't afford to lose this team twice. I don't think they want to make it close. And two, the Browns, as fun as they're to watch now, they're not good either. So
No.
So you
It's like
don't
watching-
think that God is going to deliver Jameis from interceptions?
I certainly hope he does at some point. Actually, I take it back. I don't want that to stop happening.
No.
I think that's awesome. He needs to throw roughly the same amount of touchdowns as interceptions each game the rest of the way, but they have to be like 3 of them each.
Yeah.
He
Like,
throws
that's what
the
it needs to
best.
be.
He throws the best interceptions because he does a lot of really good things right before. So he like builds it up and it
Yeah.
just climaxes with.
It's
just
never like,
a-
oh man, the ball got tipped 2 feet in the air, like 5
It's
feet in
always
the air.
straight to a
It's
defender.
straight to the defender.
Yeah.
And then the
That's
dude's
why
already
he's-
running somehow.
Yeah.
That's why he's still starting in this league. Like, he is so talented, but then just does the dumbest stuff.
yeah.
It's incredible.
Uh-oh.
But, yeah.
Level
that is
up's
also
a
my
Bengals
lock of the
fan.
week.
Bengals fan. Well, I'm
You
sorry
hate
to
to
hear
see
that.
it.
Honestly, I can't even be upset about that. I just feel bad for you guys at this point. Joe Burrow's going out there every week just balling out, and he's looking across at his defense like, you going to do
Thanks.
something? They're just like,
Yeah.
No.
every
Yeah.
week. It's literally just,
Yeah.
The Jamar Chase meme right back at him.
Lou Anarumo's just in the shitter every defensive
Yeah.
possession. He's not even on the field.
But yeah. Yeah, I got
Anyway.
Steelers -6 this week. I'm at -110.
All right. I guess
All right.
I picked on the wrong side of this one.
Well, we'll see.
All right,
Knowing
Jake.
us, but
Well,
Come on now. I know what you're about to do here.
no, 6 is that's a
Oh,
lot of points though, especially
is.
with Jameis Winston
yeah.
and
True. True.
Jerry Jeudy against JPJ.
who will either lock down the receiver or commit 17 penalties. one of
Yeah,
the
there's
two.
no in between.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Truly tough by John.
Yeah. My lock is Bengals -5.5 against the Cowboys.
Ooh.
Their defense is atrocious. I think whoever plays the Bengals always ends up being like one of the top 5 QBs that week.
Yeah.
But they're just gonna score way too many points on the Cowboys to cover a 5.5 point spread.
I like that. That's gonna be a fun game. I have the over in that in my parlay.
Yeah. It should be.
I
Yeah,
just
the
I,
offense
they'll
is
probably
going to get-
they'll probably give up a lot of points, but I think they're gonna put like 40 on the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Level up. I live in the area of Cincinnati, so I feel
I'm sorry.
the city's pain right now. But all right. Oh, yep, it's me, ain't it? Sorry. Forgot that
Favorite
Jake
pick.
just went. All right. So my favorite pick this week, over 42.5 Chiefs Chargers.
Over. Fine.
Yeah. I'm taking the
Okay.
over in this one. The Chiefs feel like they just start the game off with 22 points, and then it just stays that way the whole game somehow. So if the Chiefs can score 22 and the Chargers can keep up with how they've been scoring, even though the Chiefs defense is just like, I don't get it. It's just like a conglomerate of just greatness. And
It's pretty much Chris Jones and like Trent McDuffie, and then
Yeah.
a bunch of dudes stapled to their back, and then Steve
Yeah.
Spagnuolo like having the sled. Like he's basically Santa Claus in this situation, getting close
Yeah.
to Christmas time, and he's just conducting things. Man, it's very funny. They have like 2 elite play. Well, Bolton's
Yeah.
also fantastic, but you get my point. They have like 2 all-world dudes, and then it's like, all right, everybody, figure it out. We got this.
yeah.
I mean, they had a couple other guys. I mean, they have Karlaftis.
Yeah, Karlaftis has been okay. I do like Chanel a lot,
Yeah.
for sure. Granted, Wisconsin bias, maybe.
Mm,
He's a good player.
It just kind of works.
It
I
does.
don't know why. It just
yeah.
Spags.
This
Yeah.
bags, man. So yeah, that one is weird to me, Casey, just because like I want to believe that that's going to happen,
Yeah.
but like this feels to me like it could also be like both teams are just trying their best to score a touchdown at any point in this game.
yeah.
Like that feels like that could also be the case. But it's like I don't know.
I feel the same way, and I was like, "Don't think, just throw." And it
That's
sounds
fair.
like go
I just-
over with it. And
Hey,
I'm
just like Will Levis.
yeah,
Don't think, just throw. There you go.
yeah,
That's not even that fair. He's been playing better recently. My favorite bet of the week is Chicago Bears money line, mostly because you have to give them the coach bump. They've already gotten one a little bit from the offensive coordinator firing, but
yeah,
now you get another one and maybe they won't blow the game at the end because someone will be like, "Hey guys,
yeah.
we get 3 timeouts. Did you guys know that? I thought it was 2.
Yeah.
That's my bad." Eberflus is in the stands like, "Wait, I'm not coaching anymore? Wait, hold on a
I don't
second."
understand why Caleb didn't take it. I just don't get it.
He's a rookie quarterback that just got sacked and was trying to get a good play in, and then the coach
But that
was like,
felt like a panic.
That him doing that is a sign that he is not receiving good coaching. I think.
Yeah.
"That's also
Like,
fair
I
to
think
say."
it is partly his fault, but I think the fact that it is his fault shows that it's also more.
Which also, as the coach, you got to pick up your quarterback and be like, "Hey, listen, we can't do that."
at 12 seconds, maybe just be like, I should call a timeout.
Yeah,
I would have argued like 20 something
Help it.
seconds.
yeah,
Just do
Yeah,
something.
do something. Yeah, do something other than
Yeah.
stand there and be like,
You
"Well,
see
I
him
guess this is
struggling.
what we're doing, guys."
yeah,
No, but I do think that unfortunately, Casey, your Niners, they're a little down bad at the moment.
Oh, they're down very bad.
For a lot of reasons.
yes,
But yeah, it was tough watching the Bills kind of just take them out back, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
They might be.
Phil-
cooked.
Yeah, it feels like that was the end
Yeah.
of that for this year.
It
So
was.
yeah, it feels like the Bears, give them the coach bump. Niners aren't good either; they're banged up. Might as well give them a chance here.
Yeah, you're getting a draft. You're looking at draft picks now. It's
Yeah.
officially
I have been.
It's
Welcome to the club.
here's how you can sum it up. It's Isaac Garendo season.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who I
It
was
is.
a huge fan of course.
yeah.
So there's that. I got the
Chargers
Chargers
in
in
the
the
upset.
upset. Okay.
Herbs and Spices and Justin. I
Nice.
like the nickname. I could see it. I mean,
We'll talk more about that game.
yeah, I
Yeah,
live up by.
we'll talk about
It's
that a
just
little
hard to bet against
We'll
the
talk about that a
Chiefs
little bit.
because
All right,
they just
all right.
love to
Yeah.
take money.
Hey, it's not hard against them if you're me. I've bet against them. I bet for them one time and they lost. Like I
Yeah.
made them lose. That's how you do it. You got to bet against them or bet for them. I should say.
My favorite pick this week, I'm going under 45.5 in the Raiders-Bucks game at -108. I think this
The
is
line is
gonna be
45 and a
gross.
half. I guess
Yeah.
the Bucks defense does stink
Yeah.
a lot, and so does the Raiders. So
Yeah, and that,
Yeah.
but still, like, I mean, if either team gets to 24, I'd be really shocked.
it does
I
feel
don't
like a
think-
grimy game.
24-21 would be a shootout for this game, I think.
It's fair.
I just don't see it. I think the Bucks will comfortably win this one just because I do think, while the Bucks defense isn't great, I do think Todd Bowles is going to generate pressure, and Aiden O'Connell can't move. He just literally doesn't know how to run, has no escapability whatsoever. And this is going to be a gross, ugly game. I think the Bucks, the best thing to come out of this is Baker not getting hurt. That's really all they can hope for. But yeah, it's going to be an ugly game. I'll take the under there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Baker had actually gotten hurt last week because he got banged up for a minute, and then we had to watch Kyle Trask and Aiden O'Connell play football against each other?
Yo.
Could you imagine that for a second?
Yeah, I could.
That'd
Yeah.
be tough. That'd be tough. That would put the
Hey.
nail in the coffin of the sport. I think. Yeah.
We got to
Well,
chill on the Aiden
would be-
O'Connell. He might be.
I was to say
He might be what, Jay?
Different.
he was slinging it a little bit.
No, he'll be a backup next year, but he was slinging it. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's the thing.
Lucky
O'Connell's
Irving,
also
yeah.
a little banged up too, coming off a hand injury. We could almost end up getting Desmond Ritter versus Kyle
Oh, no.
Trask.
Oh my god, I forgot
Wow.
you guys picked him up.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't want to see that either.
yeah.
Brock Bowers might be able to make it work though. Shout out Brock Bowers. everybody.
It's about to be Bucky Irving and Brock Bowers time.
Yes.
Who, by the way, Brock Bowers is Rookie of the Year, right?
He has.
Well,
to be.
he's
Like,
not,
that's not
but he
biased.
should be.
He.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, yeah.
I don't
If
know
it's
what else
not
you can
him-
expect a tight end to do, like a
Yeah,
rookie tight end.
If it's not him, change the name to
I
Rookie
agree.
Quarterback of the Year.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because like,
I think
he's
it's-
clearly the best rookie at his for compared to the rest of his position group.
He
By
might
far.
be the best tight end in the league.
Might be.
He's. I think. I
I was
honestly
gonna say
think
he's
gonna
top
be a
5
first-
in the league overall. I think.
And like Daniels is good, but we're not
Yeah.
comparing Daniels to Allen and Mahomes and Lamar right now.
No. So
Yeah, he's
I
gonna.
agree. He
He's
should
gonna be
be.
a first team All Pro, and he's not gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Because like you could look at saying like Puka, obviously, but CJ Stroud existed, so I get it. Right.
Yeah.
Like I get that. I do. It's still to me like you could honestly make a very good argument that still should have been him, but
Yeah.
like I at least get it because Stroud was great. Daniels has had his ups and downs recently. Nix
Yeah.
is playing better recently, but he still has weird stuff going.
They've been good rookie
Like,
quarterbacks.
Yes, they have.
But Bowers
That's
is
all it
being
takes,
a
man.
great NFL tight end.
If all it takes is for you to not shit the bed as a rookie quarterback, then like what's the point of this award?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Like-
Bowers is like 3rd or 4th in the league in receiving yards.
And not just among tight ends, just in
Just
receiving
all
yards.
receivers. That's insane.
Stupid.
He's going to be a 1,000-yard receiver this year.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh yeah.
insane.
So I agree.
My favorite bet was also going to be Bears money line. Just because I think I feel like you get a bump when you fire a head coach.
Exactly.
And I think that's going to happen for this one game.
Only this game, probably.
Yeah.
And the Niners, they're just banged up, you know.
Yeah.
But I will also I'm going to substitute Raiders plus 6.5 again for that one. I do not think the
That's-
Raiders win this game.
That's on my parlay, Jake. So.
Yeah, I don't think the Raiders win this game. I hope to God they don't win this game.
You don't want that.
But
Yeah.
I think they finally have a running game.
Yeah, thanks to
Behind Sincere McCormick, who I'll
yeah.
talk about later.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And even Amir Abdullah, like and that really just shows how bad the talent evaluation is on this team. That
Yeah.
we're just finding this out in week 13, but they have a running game now. O'Connell looked better. Jacoby Myers is good. Brock Bowers is really good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And with how bad Tampa Bay's defense has been this year, I think they can lose by like 5.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no way that they win this game though. But
Yeah.
6.5 it's a big enough spread for me to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. So underdogs, Chicago Bears plus 160. I'm not doing. Hold on.
It's happening.
I'm not doing this because I'm trying to like reverse jinx. I legitimate think, like you guys saying, coach bump. Niners are gonna pull into the finish line on rubber bands and duct tape, and they just, even though it's a home game, and we still have Kittle and Garindo's still a great back, and we still have a quarterback and everything. We're not like, they're not doing anything right. They're not getting the ball out to Pearsall. He's back. Debo, I don't even know what's going on with Debo right now. Like, I don't know if he's upset that he's not getting the ball or what. Our shining star in all of this is Juwan Jennings, who barely or almost was out of the league just a few years ago, and now he's like he's looking like one of the top wide receivers in the league. Like, it's just outrageous this season for them. Bears money line plus 160.
So you're saying, Casey, that the Niners aren't taking enough shots at Pearsall?
Oh Jesus!
You know what, Dalton? If I hadn't planned for you to say something like that, you might have got me on that one. But I was, you know,
Yeah.
let's
I
just
do
say
agree
he's
with you
used to being targeted, and he's not
Yeah.
being targeted right now, right? Like,
They
let's,
just got to put it in. They just got to put the ball in his chest. He's not getting it.
right, not happening.
They're
So,
not throwing enough bullets. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
He needs the quick passes.
right, yeah.
But I do agree with the coach bump on the Bears, specifically because Eberflus was clearly not popular.
No.
You
With
know,
the
it's not
locker
like it's not like the Jets who didn't really get that coach bump because I think a lot of guys did actually like Saleh. I don't
Yeah, they
think
were
he
probably
was
just like,
necessarily
what
the
the
problem.
hell is going on? Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a situation where I think guys are like, yeah, we just got better by this guy getting fired.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Bears go down. I hope so, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm not doing this as reverse jinx. Like, I just think the Bears win this game.
it does help that. Wait, is Bosa's playing, right? The Niners.
Don't know if he's going to play this week.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Hufunga will be back, possibly, which I hate.
Oh no, I'm asking that because I think. So the thing with Caleb is that he's definitely at least mixed, right? So you don't have to worry about too much. with-
Oh, here we
like
go.
Nick's probably not going to be foaming at the mouth or anything.
No.
So it's not going to be that bad for
No.
him, I don't think. So okay, we're good there. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
But Caleb
Um,
Caleb is a player that torments our defense because he can move
mhm.
feet, and our defense, if they don't get you within the first few seconds, all hell's breaking loose.
Yeah,
There's no containment.
doesn't help that Fred Warner is playing with what injury again? A broken ankle or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Which I'm like, stop
Hang it
playing.
up. Yeah, just hang it up, bro.
What are you
We're not.
doing?
Yeah,
Why are you
you're
doing
you're an
this?
amazing defensive player. Everyone knows it.
Like, yeah, you don't have to prove anything. This team sucks. Go
Yeah.
sit down. Reinvented Jennings.
Yes, they
Nice.
did. Third and Juwan.
Third and one. So my upset pick is similar to just any other vibe pick I have like this, where it's like this would be the funniest thing that could happen this weekend, and it's the Falcons beating the Vikings with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. And do I think this is going to happen in my heart? No. Would I love nothing more than Kirk's final shebang to be beating the Vikings and probably helping keep them from having a chance to overtake the Lions to win the division with a team that clearly is not as good as the Vikings. And also, while Kirk is playing the worst football of his career, That would be so funny to me.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. And then also immediately, like the last play of the game, it's like a meaningless like handoff or something. He tears something in his ankle. Penix comes
Oh,
in.
don't do
They're
it.
good to
Don't
go.
do that, Shane.
It's
Don't
his
do
last
that,
hurrah.
Shane.
It's his last hurrah.
We can make
And-
fun about a guy getting shot in the chest, but come on now.
Right.
That's
Not the
Fucking
ankle
crap.
injury.
Just something minor. Like he'll be all right. Just let Penix.
But
go.
him getting hurt would make them look like geniuses.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. So there you go. That's my pick.
I like it. Jake, I think we got the same one for upset this week. I'm taking Chargers money line against the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, it just this feels right. The Chiefs have not looked good. Chargers look great. I got that money line at plus 164. I don't. The Chargers don't, or the Chiefs really don't seem like they should still be winning games. They really didn't deserve to beat the Raiders last week, which is really saying something.
Yeah,
Yeah. This seems like it really probably, honestly, I don't even think the Chargers should be underdogs. I feel that good about this game.
how are you giving up a 16-3 lead at home to the 2024 Raiders? Like
Well,
the fact that it's the Chiefs. I know they're going to win the Super Bowl anyways, but the fact that the Raiders were even able to be in that position just makes me really worried about the Chiefs. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I really think
They
the
almost
Chiefs.
lost the Raiders at home 2 years in a row, which I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I think the Chiefs are. It's very funny watching the Chiefs become the Steelers in real time, where like they are just good enough to beat most teams they're supposed to beat,
Yeah.
and but they're an upgraded version because they still have Patrick Mahomes a quarterback. So like instead of being like 8-3 right now or 8-4 or whatever, they're 11-1. Like that's the difference. Like they still can't beat the Bills and teams like that usually, but they will beat everyone else somehow. So it's very weird seeing that happen to them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So, are you saying, Shane, that in like 5 years from now, Mahomes is going to look like Ben, where he's just like unable to move, but still somehow gets out of stuff?
good
and still
question.
makes
I think that because he's still he's not 30 or anything yet, is he?
28, I want to
28,
say.
29. I think it's probably closer to like 6-7 years before we start seeing that type of quarterback from him. But he just makes plays, right? Like he just figures stuff out at the end of games or in third downs. Like he'll be asked the rest of the time this year sometimes, and it just doesn't matter once the game is on the line.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck, man? Where was that at the first 3 quarters of the game? So I don't know. It's just they're a weird team.
3 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 straight. They're gonna. It's inevitable. Hell, they might go on a 10-peat for all we
I don't
know.
know. I'm feeling way better about my Super Bowl pick than I was a month ago.
Yeah.
I forget your Super Bowl pick.
I got Eagles over Ravens.
That's right. Yeah.
Feeling really good right now.
Yeah. Eagles are certainly a wagon right now, admittedly. Not looking
Yeah,
forward to
they're right.
that cross-state matchup here.
They're talking
soon.
about Saquon breaking Eric Dickerson's record all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's on pace for it. So
Yeah.
Crazy.
hey,
Jake,
that's what
was your-
happens when a good team gets a great running back that
Yeah.
has like the talent that Saquon has.
Who knew Saquon was actually really good and the Giants were just
Who
ruining it?
knew?
Yeah. That was smart of them to trade him in division for them. That was
Well,
great.
they admittedly they did have to sign him in free agency case.
Yeah.
Let's not give the Giants
true.
too much
That's true.
crap for it, although we
That's true.
should.
Yeah. Yeah, so my underdog was going to be Chargers. I'm going to throw out another bet that I'm still considering just because I think it would be really funny. And that is the Panthers money line.
Ooh.
I got sucked into it against the Chiefs and it almost paid off. I feel like I'm just going to get sucked into it again. But this would just be the most hilarious result of the week for me. I think the Eagles did the same thing last year late in the season. They lost to a 3-win Cardinals team. And that kind of started their late season collapse. I'm not saying they'll collapse again this year, but I do like how the Panthers are playing, and I probably will at least take Panthers plus 12.5, I think.
Yeah.
That I'm more comfortable with. I will say, I think currently, now this is, I will say, Bryce Young playing real quarterback right now. Receivers are kind of still letting him down a lot, but they may play sometimes. I think Saquon Barkley's better than the Panthers' whole team. So that's kind of my problem with it.
Yeah.
Ultimately, is like with the Chiefs one, it's like the Chiefs aren't as good as they should be, but also are impossible to beat for most teams still. So like I get that one being a close game at least, and why you'd consider picking it. This one feels like the Eagles are just going to be like, all right, Saquon, listen,
Yeah.
you're playing college players this week.
Yeah.
We need 300 again, and he's gonna be like, all right, and then that's gonna be the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like it feels like this is what it's gonna be like. So I don't know, but
Yeah, no, there's like a 1% chance the money line hits, but
hey, if it does, generate.
I just think that would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
sure.
definitely gonna take the plus 12.5.
Yeah. I mean, Bryce Young's reinvented after coming back.
He is.
Bryce Young is slinging that ball.
Yeah.
That defense.
Low key, good stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though, like, I just don't know if it matters. Like,
Yeah.
Bryce Young can go out there and have the best game of his career, and he might look across the scoreboard and it's 45-24.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right.
But
Well, I
speaking of
tried.
that defense, next year might be something. I just saw a great mock for them.
Okay.
Them getting Mason Graham and Derek Brown together on that defense.
That wouldn't actually. I would like that. That would be cool.
Oh no. Good luck with that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then just need to find an edge rusher at that point. You don't even need two, I
Yeah.
don't think. You just need an one.
It's almost as if they just let one walk.
Yeah,
That was
I
pretty
mean,
good.
hey, admittedly, the Giants and them have the same record, I believe. Right
Yeah,
now, so
True.
I'm not sure
That's
if it
because
matters.
the Giants is where talent goes to die right now.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think Burns is honestly probably. I think he's playing all right too. I think they just stink.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
No, the Giants are a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. He, like I
Agreed.
said, he's reinvented. He's the franchise quarterback.
Good for him, man. We appreciate
All right.
it.
So you guys got parlays before we get into our touchdown parlay?
Oh yeah.
Let's hear 'em.
I got Panthers plus 12.5, kind of with you, Jake. I think this game is going to be closer than it should be, even though that line is kind of nuts. But I do think the Panthers offense has been playing well enough to make this kind of close. And plus, again, the Eagles could throw the gas on and let Barkley try to get like another 200 and make the rushing record more feasible, but I don't know if that's really how they're going to play it. Bears money line I already mentioned. Raiders plus 6.5. I think that they can keep it pretty close because the Bucs are just weird, not that good, but they're still better than the Raiders, so they probably win. Steelers minus 6.5, already said. Falcons money line, and I actually have the Cowboys plus 5.5. And the reason why is not because I think that the Bengals aren't going to actually win this game, but I just feel like the Bengals right now find ways to lose. And I don't think they'll be able to lose to the Cowboys because the Cowboys can't beat anybody at home for some reason this year. But I feel like they're going to find a way to make this game closer than it should be.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with Bengals. So
I can see that.
All right. So I got 3 picks for my parlay this week. I got Bills -4 against the Rams. I just think that the way the Bills are playing, I think
Yeah,
they're going to
they're
pull the
very
Rams out of the water.
yeah, they're tough out right now.
Yeah, too much. And the Rams, while the offense is really coming together, that defense is just non-existent.
Yeah.
They just can't cover. If the front four doesn't get home, nothing happens.
And then in the Bengals Cowboys game, I'm taking over 50.5. I mean, the Bengals might get to this themselves.
Yeah,
And they'll definitely allow Dallas to get honestly, Cooper Rush will probably throw for 3 touchdowns against the Bengals defense. That's how bad it is. So yeah, this should cover no problem. And then finally, Chargers +4 against the Chiefs. We talked about this game a lot already. Like I think the Chargers should probably be favored. I think giving them 4 points, because if the Chiefs do find a way to win this game, it'll be another.
yeah, it's
Chiefs
going to be a bullshitty, weird thing. Yeah, for sure. It won't be normal.
Yeah.
No way.
But I got those 3 games at +601.
Nice.
All right. So I got the Raiders plus 6.5, I took the Saints -4.5 against the Giants. Derek Carr in meaningless games is elite. So,
True.
and the Giants
Fair.
are really bad.
Yeah. Drew
Then I
Lock, man, woof.
I've almost forgot all about Drew Lock until I saw him on my TV on Thanksgiving.
Fair enough. I don't really blame you for that.
I have the Seahawks money line against the Cardinals at +120.
We're putting that division out of the way, huh?
Chargers money line +180. Bengals -5.5. Bears money line at +160, and then Panthers +12.5.
Nice.
All right.
Bengals win.
Oh, I'm not saying they're not going to win. I'm saying
Yeah.
they're going to find a way to make it close because they shouldn't, but they do.
Yeah, and we cover.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I kind of hope so because you guys needed an actual legit win in the worst way. Like
Yeah.
one that you don't question at all. You really need it. Or maybe
Yeah.
you don't. Maybe you want to keep losing because then you can draft whoever at this
Yeah.
point. I don't-
Draft T's replacement.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and get into our touchdown parlay. We were close last week.
Tucker Craft.
Yeah.
He
But
did
Good
literally
game.
everything but
Yeah.
score.
yeah.
That's why I was like, dude, what is wrong with you? Get in the end zone, buddy. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, whatever.
So it was close. But I'm going back to the well again. Tyreek Hill. He covered garbage. Like, I didn't even realize he covered. I turned that game off. So I'm going with it again. They're playing a Jets team that's just absolutely abysmal to watch. And they're at home, so they don't have to worry about playing in the cold, even though I said it wouldn't be a problem last week. And you guys were like, oh, no, you're stupid for thinking that. And I was stupid for thinking that. So,
Honestly, the cold wasn't even the biggest problem in that game. It was the fact that like the defense legitimately was just like, we're not interested in playing football.
yeah.
today." Like
I think the Dolphins uniforms just aren't meant for cold weather.
that's
They don't have,
interesting.
they don't have like a cold weather
Yeah.
uniform.
Everyone
I
on-
feel like that transcends
Yeah.
on the field.
Everyone
Yeah.
just calls them candy-ass uniforms.
Yeah, for sure. I got Gus Edwards for the Chargers. I just think that with Dobbins out, like Vidal is, I think, a better running back at this point, probably the rookie that they have. But I think that Edwards gets the call from a lot of this game still without Dobbins, and I think he is obviously a goal line threat, of course, as well. So like you could see him get a touchdown that way. Just in general, I think he'll get the most touches in the running back room. So that's a good bet there, I think.
yeah.
Gus Edwards building his whole career off of J.K. Dobbins being hurt.
Correct. And
I
man,
didn't
if
even
it's
realize that. Holy shit. That's hilarious.
Maybe it's just
being
been
honest,
him.
work at its heart.
He's been behind all of it.
I didn't even realize that.
Genius. I'm just gonna
He's gonna get hurt eventually.
hang
Sorry,
out
JK.
right behind this guy in the depth chart because
Yeah.
I know his legs don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JK's going to go to like Cincinnati or something next. Be like, all right, a fresh start. Next thing you know, Gus Edwards signs a 1 year, $2.5 million contract.
Bro, what are you doing?
It's insane. It's funny though.
It's gotta be rough. But anyways, for my touchdown this week, I'm taking Amari Cooper to score. I think they're gonna run it up against the Rams, and like you said, Shane, Rams can't cover, and
Can't cover nobody.
I think Josh Allen's gonna have a big week. Also, a few possible injuries for Buffalo. I know Coleman might be out. Kincaid's also questionable, I think.
I think so.
So even more targets for Cooper, who is really starting to get back to his old self.
Yeah, they need him for the playoffs, so let's try to get him going here.
All right, I'm going with Sincere McCormick.
Who Casey was not aware of.
Casey did not know existed.
Hand up, that's on me. It did not
Which,
exist.
honestly,
was.
I don't-
I don't even blame you. I think
Yeah.
most NFL fans have no idea. who
I'll
he
be
is.
honest. I saw that he was like if I saw him in fantasy, like in my like fantasy free agents this past week, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Sincere McCormick's made the roster for the Raiders because I remember him, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. And I'm like, wait, he's playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it took Zamir White and Madison getting injured for the
Right.
Raiders to
Yeah.
realize they had a good running back.
Yeah, and Lobby. I think Lobb's also a little banged up as well. Or
Right,
not,
isn't
or
he?
just
Yeah,
well,
he
no,
like
he just had that
he
fumble
returns
that he
kicks
never
every once
recovered
in a
from.
while.
Yeah, he fumbled the one
Yeah.
time, and then that wasn't it in the Steelers game he fumbled?
Yeah,
And then that was it for him. It
Yeah,
feels like
TJ
they
Watt
deleted
on his
him.
first NFL carry, he got TJ Watted.
Well, I mean, admittedly, probably bad idea to give your first carry
Yeah.
in that situation, but whatever. Yeah.
Luke Getsy.
All right.
Ah,
Yeah, but he's going to get a lot of carries. He played really well against
Yeah.
the Chiefs. It looks like Zamir White and Madison will both miss the game. I forget which one. One of them is questionable. I think one is doubtful as of now. So
I think they go ahead and
Either
stay
way,
doubtful in my opinion. That's
yeah,
probably
I
smart.
think even if they're healthy, I think he's going to get a bunch of carries.
Yeah.
And at plus 175, it's pretty decent value also.
There you go.
All right. So just to recap, we have Tyreek Hill, Gus Edwards, Sincere McCormick, Amari Cooper. That's at plus 3,817. So something light for you. And let D, who knew Sincere McCormick, throw the first stone at me for not knowing
Fair
who
enough.
that was.
Fair enough.
So yeah, we appreciate you guys watching. Level Up, really enjoy coming in and watching. We appreciate you coming in and engaging, man, in comments. We really appreciate it. Keep on. We'll be here again next week, 9:30 on Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern, I should say. Chase Jefferson Bowers. I would totally agree with that, but Justin Jefferson, unfortunately,
Refuses to score.
yeah, I just don't get it. I'm right there with you. I kept picking him for the past few weeks, and he's just not producing. So I'm not going to bet him this week. So it should hit.
Yeah.
So, so good luck with that. But other than that, yeah, Jamar Chase, obviously a favorite target. Brock Bowers, top 5 tight end in the league right now, just based off performances this year. I would say
top 3,
Top 1?
top 1. Yeah,
top 3. I'll give you top 3. I'll give you
His
top
own
3.
stratosphere.
Top 1 this season, maybe not.
Top 1. Okay, all right. Yeah, he's fighting based off this season alone. He is fighting for the top spot. I would say.
I may or may not have bias behind that opinion.
Yeah.
May-
And you
Also,
may have talked me into
he-
it, but I kind of agree with it.
Is he somehow also perhaps the baldest tight end in the league?
Is-
Yeah.
Is anyone bald that's playing tight end nowadays? I can't think of anybody.
I think if there's not a lot of like older tight ends in the league right
Who
now.
also are like don't have hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kittle cut his hair a little bit, but
Well, he's not bald though.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know of any bald tight ends.
Tough for Brock, but hey, you know,
Yeah,
keep that helmet on. We'll be all right.
yeah.
Mark
Well, that
Andrews.
big ol-
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's got some of that going on. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with this big old contract he's about to get,
You can go buy a hair
Probably
plug.
I was saying, he can go to Turkey and get his hair redone
Yeah,
and
he
stuff.
can, yeah, he can go there
He
with
can get it-
Christian to get his Achilles done. You know.
You can get addicted to it. He can get addicted to him like Joe Buck.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
You hear that
Ooh.
Joe Buck coming out saying that he was addicted to getting hair plugs?
yeah,
Hey, you know what?
Did he
Good
say
for
that?
you, Joe.
Yeah, that was a real
Yeah.
thing.
I mean,
Are you
there's
serious?
worse things I guess you could
Yeah.
get
I think
addicted
I've never
to,
heard
like crack or something.
yeah,
So I guess it could be worse.
yeah. All right, shout out
We
Joe
should've gotten
Buck.
on that.
Shout
My
out Joe
favorite
Buck.
picture.
Joe Buck, we know you're watching. We know you're excited that MLB is about to come up. So shout
I just
out Joe Buck.
hold on. We literally could ask him, "What's your plug? Like, what's your plug? Where are you going for that shit, dude? That's awesome." Anyway,
It looks good. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. Let us know if you follow any of our bets. We'll be here again next week at 9:30 Eastern on Wednesday. Hopefully with we'll actually see who's in the playoff, won't we? I think the
Yeah, we'll
8th
be able to-
when they announce the official. So we'll have our bets for that. Or at least
Playoff
talk
futures.
about them. Yeah, playoff futures. So we'll definitely be speaking about that. We'll obviously get into Week 15 in NFL. So thank you guys again for watching.